Massey. And my family was in the Agape transitional housing program, and we have since graduated and moved on. I wanted to tell you a little bit about our story because I was one of those people that made $160,000 a year when I was raising my 2 kids. I used to say all the time that I would never be homeless because I would work 2 or 3 jobs if I had to. I would do whatever I took to raise my family and support my own family. Fast forward several years, I had lost my job in 2001. I went from making $160,000 to making $3,000. I didn't even have enough money to keep my certifications current, and so we struggled for the next 10 years. And meanwhile, my daughter had 3 children of her own, and they all returned to live with me when my daughter was a victim of domestic violence. During the domestic violence, her T5 and T6 vertebrae were crushed. She was in the hospital for 6.5 months, and all the grandchildren then were my responsibility. The apartment kicked us out because we were over occupancy, and because we had evictions on our name, we could not rent an apartment or a house anywhere in Texas. So then we started living in hotels and moving hotel to hotel based on whatever we could get cheap on Priceline. And to say the least, we were moving every week, packing up everything we owned. My daughter called me from the hospital, and she had met this lady, Janet, with the Agape program, and they wanted to meet us on Thanksgiving night. They invited us to dinner. So we came over, and we were not very trusting. We didn't believe that anybody was going to help us. But within 2 weeks, they had us into a house that we didn't pay rent. We had saved up to buy a $1,000 car. And within a month, they had us in our own apartment, townhouse, and we began to normalize. Our family began to realize that we didn't have to pack up and move. We could actually unpack things from boxes. We could actually have a bed that was ours, and we didn't have to worry about somebody knocking on the door and telling us we had to leave. With the tools we learned financially, and with the help we had, putting a roof over our head and teaching us how to be self-sufficient, we were able to regain our lives. There's no price on that, not at all. So here we sit, and now our biggest goal is just being ready for the future, not ever letting that happen again, and just remembering to always reach behind us and pick somebody else's hand to move forward. Many times when you're in that position, you think people are looking down upon you. I think the message I want to give you is if you're looking down to take somebody's hand to help them up, then your heart's in the right place.
This is our new 19th Street property. Once we are able to finish the construction, we will be able to provide housing for up to 5 single women here in this facility. The other 3 units out of the 4 that we own we'll use for our administrative offices and also as a community center to provide a place for women and their kids to come to learn life skill training, to have access to computers, to just be in community with one another. We will have a counselor that will help with healing of all the burdens that comes with homelessness, mind, body, and spirit. This will allow Agape to have a footprint right in a community that needs our help the most.
One by one, the knots we've tied will come undone. Like picking locks, we'll sow our seeds beneath the sun. Our accomplice is the rain with patience that of saints. It grows and grows. Our home, sweet home. It took me 27 years to wrap my head around this, to brush the ashes off of everything I loved. Where courage was contagious, confidence was key. It grows and grows and grows. this light with cameras to our eyes.